Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Kabadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, while lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's Akim Mahaloya coming back with another quick lesson titled Propaganda, Propaganda, Propaganda. Like I mentioned in my video yesterday on the World War III update, you've been hearing rumors that Russia was to invade Ukraine, and there was supposed to be a war within the Ukrainian government and Russia, which Ukraine pretty much denies that. Okay, pretty much there was no proverbial threat. It was all the Western think tanks or the Western propaganda in order to pull Esau's agenda because he wants to invade those lands. I did mention in the video yesterday that it is possible that they can still go to war, okay, because World War III will happen. So the video I put out yesterday was in lieu of this war actually taking place, because when you look in the scriptures, these key nations are going to be at war, all right? But as far as this propaganda is being concerned, which America is highly politicized in, as far as making up false narratives and creating stage attacks in order to fulfill their agenda, Ukraine denies anything or any threat that Russia was doing, okay? Even Putin was like, well, look, this is just it's a joint military drill, not even just like a drill. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything too concrete, but basically showing the manpower and just basically doing what they do, you know, to prove that, hey, look, we got weapons too. All right, but what does America do? They come with these particular accusations, like it says shelling sets off alarm bells for Ukraine resident. All right, it says Ukraine denies allegation it attacked Russia-backed separatists, right? Because they didn't. But if you look at NBC News, that's mainly a Jewish-led / American-led news broadcasting, man. All right, and they're known for spinning narratives and twisting the truths. And that's why I mentioned yesterday in the video, too, that Esau likes to come up with these narratives in order to do his bidding, okay? Because they lied, basically, and stated that, well, Russia was the one that was creating the narrative to be justified on invading Ukraine. But really, that was you pushing that narrative, you American devils. You know, like it says, Senator Kennedy, it says more America's concerned about Joe-flation than Ukraine, right? Because it's no real threat, okay? It's just a joint military drill or military exercise. The nations have them all the time, okay? Same thing with the Koreans, the Iranians, Americans. They all do these little military drills, all right? But this is America's way of trying to destabilize Russia without going head up with them. But see, what they don't understand is that lies and propaganda will lead into inevitable war. Because eventually America will go to war with Russia, okay? Ukraine will be involved, Iran, China, etc. You see, because what another thing too is that America, they like to blackmail or manipulate their allies. Because my thing, if they can get NATO on high alert and NATO can go ahead and fire the first shot, that would give America a way to slip in unnoticed. Because then Russia will have their battlefronts pretty much focused on the NATO invasion. Okay, when America is able to destabilize certain regions to get to where they want. Okay, so you got to look at the chess moves, man. These devils are slick, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is the ultimate control. Because it says here's Russia pulling back. Well, there was no pullback really to begin with. It was mainly just them doing drills, you know, which we got more information on that. Because I followed it, but not overly thoroughly, okay, because like I said, you only take what the news say with a grain of salt. But it was aware that they were preparing for some type of war and invasion, but it was a military drill. Okay, like it says, U.S. bracing for potential cyber attacks amid Russia-Ukraine tension. Like, they're coming up with all these narratives, okay, when there's no really threat to you. Okay, you are the biggest threat to everybody on the planet Earth. The Russians ain't worried about you unless you make your first move. Okay, so why you saying, well, they're gonna do a cyber attack, they're hacking the elections, X, Y, and Z. They're just taking mental note of all the lies and slander, man. Okay, which is gonna build up tensions, because that's what America do. Okay, it says shell fire as Putin turns up heat. It says Biden dodges questions on Russian conflict. You know why? Because he's a goddamn liar. Now I'm gonna play this real quick, and we're gonna get a couple of precepts.
Bats are still open. For the sake of historic responsibility, Russia and the United States share for global stability, for the sake of our common future, to choose diplomacy.
He's not trying to, he's He's not thinking about going to war. He's not trying to go to war with Russia. He's worried about putting a 3-pointer in you and making you wear a face covering and starving you out before he's worried about so-called defending the so-called free world. He's not trying to go to war. That's the last thing. Somebody can literally shoot up the fucking White House with him in it, and he won't retaliate on that if it's of the Russians. Now, if it's Iran or maybe if it was like North Korea or something like that, or a small nation that they know they can bully, then he will attack or he will retaliate. But when it comes to a superpower like Russia to be feared, no. He's more worried about getting juice in you, man. It's fucking devil right here. Okay, this guy's a low ball piece. This is probably one of the lowest men on the planet Earth, man. You know, I can't stand these fucking devils, man. Honestly, man, it would have been a good thing if he got ate up by that shark, because a video came out that this Edomite, man, he got swallowed alive by a damn great white shark, man, which is judgment from the Most High. And that should be a fate to all you devils, man. Okay, like I said, you can never do it worse to them. You can never do enough to these people. Okay, because these people are wicked as all hell, man. Okay, but he gonna dodge the question because he know it's bullshit.
But let there be no doubt. If Russia commits this breach by invading Ukraine, responsible nations around the world will not hesitate to respond.
Well, let's hope. As the world waits for Russia to make its next move, President Biden is making a plea with Vladimir Putin to take the route of diplomacy on the Ukraine while sending more troops to the region. Our next guest trained Ukrainian armed forces for the threat they face right now, congressional candidate Jeremy Hunt. Jeremy, I know you don't know exactly what the Ukrainians have, but are you convinced they have everything that they need to put up a defense?
Like I said, he dodged the damn question, man, because it ain't really nothing going on. You know, it's not like that. But anyway, this is the book of Psalms 58, and I'm going to start at 2. It says, yea, in heart you work wickedness. And now heart goes into the Hebrew word mind. It says, and you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Because what he just said, he says if Russia do anything, then you have responsible nations that's willing to take responsibility for their actions. Okay, why didn't you just mention the U.S.? Why you putting your problem off on everybody else? Because you're a fucking coward, man. Okay, you don't want no smoke with the Russians. You don't. You know, it's like you're trying to throw a rock through a glass house, but when it comes back to you, you want to falter. But like I said, you're worried about getting juice in people. That's his biggest concern. How he can get juice in people and how he can oppress his own society. Okay, he's not trying to go to war because he know that he ain't got the power to do it. Okay, he know that the United States don't get their ass handed to him in World War III. The Russians alone is strong enough military power to bring some excruciating force to you people. You know? And it says, and the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right? Okay? Like I remember one of the elders said, the minute he yelled Google Gaga, it's a fucking lie. Okay? Everything the so-called white men do is a goddamn lie, man. You know? Like, dealing with my vehicle the other day, you know what I'm saying? I sent up some heavy curses and prayers on that damn devil, man. And like I was telling the brother, I said the Lord gonna put the spirit on him to fix the damn car, man. Not at my expense, man, because the guy lied and said that I had a computer failure, EC module failure, which is a total fucking lie. Talking about it was rat droppings in the damn computer module. When I sat there and watched him take the damn thing apart, I didn't see anything of that nature. Then he tried to take it, but I'm like, why didn't you get a picture? And then he come back yesterday and got the picture of it. But I'm like, when did you take it? He took it yesterday, as in the day I seen it. So I'm like, bro, you could have just put that in there. Who's to say that's the inside of my module? My car don't even look like that. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit hopped on their ass to do the car right and fix it the right way. You know, so call Allah Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. But basically, he tried to lie and say it was my computer failing when he totally destroyed some wires or he didn't put the sensors in right, which is calling misfires. Now the car runs pretty much perfect now because, hey, Esau, he's a devil. You know, he's always trying to deceive people. And the Spirit of the Lord wasn't going for that. And so it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right. Esau is a damn liar. It says, and their poison is like the poison of a serpent. And like they have like the deaf adder that stop at their ear. Right. Because, hey, prime example, they said Biden dodged the question about the Ukrainian conflict. Okay. They dodged the question because it's really America's in their best interest in their mindset to go down there and destabilize the land because, like I said, they want to get to Iran. So they're going to come up with every possible narrative in order to take those resources, man. Okay? And it says here, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, try me never so wisely. So break their teeth, which is their military, O Yahweh, and in their mouth break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord, and let them melt his waters, which run continually, in which he bended his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be cut in pieces, man. All right, because hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to put a devastating end to this westernized folly, man. Okay, to all you Edomite devils, you Russians too. You're not going to be the next superpower, okay? You're going to be brought down right along with the rest of your counterparts. All right, so this is the book of Psalm 64. And in 3, it says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? Because now they're getting the world on high alert for something that's just pretty much a military drill. Biden looked me and Putin like, what the hell is this guy talking about? You know, but he understands that that's a threat that will have to be neutralized. So this is stirring up tension, more tension between NATO, EU, and the Eastern Bloc. And it says here that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. But this is the point. In verse 5, it says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privately, and they say, who shall see them? Right, because the American people, they're retards, man. Okay, they believe everything that's written in the news. You know, Jake got his eyes glued to ABC, NBC, MSN money, and believe that's the end all be all. But you got these Edomites that's being exposed left and right by their own counterparts, man. Okay, so they're definitely being caught because hey, their tactic of espionage is getting sloppy, man. CIA is getting exposed, they're getting caught up in countries, man, getting fucking hemmed up, getting put on trial for war crimes, because one job of the CIA is to go in these other nations and destabilize them, man. Basically start strife and contention, you know. And it says, and they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, and both the inward thought and every one of them, it says, they search out iniquities and they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep, right, their mind. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Baba Baba.